Now we extend the existing scopes code to include a file scopes underscore one.jsp. So what we are doing here is, after printing the attributes, we are including the scopes one JSP dynamically using the JSP include action tag, and we are also including the same file statically using the directive include. So in scopes one, so this is scopes one, we are just printing a header, and in addition to this we will also print all these objects to see um, what is the value that is valid on this page. So this is scopes 1, and we are printing the attribute p belonging to all four scopes. Also, like we have called the JSP action tag here for include, we can also pass some parameter here. So instead of closing it, we will write the param tag in the body of this JSP include. For that, we write JSP param. So let us name this ABC, and value is, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the JSP parameter that we are passing to scopes underscore one.jsp. And now we should also be able to access the value of ABC from scopes underscore one. So for that, here we can print the value of ABC. So value of ABC is, so here in this expression we can write request dot get parameter ABC. When we run this code, this is the output of scopes.html, and when we pass in a string to this text field and set the attributes, so now we are on scopes.jsp, and here we can see the output of scopes.jsp where we are setting all the attributes and printing all the attributes here. And then we have included scopes underscore one dynamically. So this is the output of scopes underscore one here. So this is printing value of ABC, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So because we have sent this parameter using the JSP param tag to the included file, so that is why it is accessible here. And then we are printing the page attribute. So the page attribute is null here because the page has changed, because this is happening at request time. So that is why this is considered to be a new page, and the request attribute still remains the same because it is the same request. We have not yet responded, so that is why this is the same request that was valid up till here. That is why the request attribute is still valid and it is still holding the value Nagpur. Same goes with session and application attributes. And then this is the output of the static include. So in case of static include, we had seen that the include happens at translation time. So when this scopes.jsp was being converted to a servlet, at that translation time itself, this file was included in the in the code of the scopes servlet. So that is why this page is considered to be the same as the original page. So that is why, as here the value of page attribute was set to Nagpur, here as well the value of page attribute will hold the value because it is considered to be the same page. Whereas in case of the dynamic include, because it was happening at request time, this page is considered to be a new page. That is why the page attribute has lost its value here. but it still retains the value in the case of translation time include or static include. The value of ABC parameter is null here because we have not passed any parameter to the static include when we had called it using the include directive. We can also see the difference between include and forward by simply changing the JSP action tag. And we are also passing the same parameter ABC to scopes 1. When we run this, here is the output of forwarding to scopes 1. So as you can see in the URL is of scopes.jsp. So the request has been sent to scopes.jsp, but in the output we can see this is the output of scopes 1. And here as we can see the value of ABC, so we had passed the parameter ABC with the value 1234, so we can see that value in scopes 1 output. Then the page attribute has been set to null because the page attribute was set in the scopes.jsp page, but now we are on scopes underscore 1.jsp. That is why the page is different and the attribute has been set to null. So there is no attribute named P in this scopes underscore 1. Whereas since the request is the same, it is the same request that was sent to scopes.jsp and the same request has been forwarded to scopes 1. That is why the request attribute still holds its value because the request is still the same, and the session and the application attributes will also hold the previous value. Now, in case of forward, as we can see here, the output of scopes.jsp will not be seen because the page has been completely forwarded and the previous output has been discarded. So the stream is first flushed and then the output of scopes 1 is written to the print writer object. That is why we can only see the output of scopes 1 here. We will not be able to see the output of scopes.jsp, and we will also not be able to see the output of the static include that was done after the forward.